Okay? All right? Matter of fact, things were a little different back then, but I used to carry, well, this was on pricing. Let me tell you all this one, because we're not getting too much in pricing, but I used to carry cards in my pocket of competitors, agents in other offices that has name, somebody right now say the name of an agent in another office that whenever you see they have a new listing, before you even look at the listing, you know it's overpriced. Name somebody. I'm sorry? You got somebody in mind. Okay, now, okay, well, quite often there are. Y'all follow me, they're agents, they'll take them to whatever. So I would, you know somebody?
We used to have somebody, when the market was really bad, that you knew it was him because he would price it ridiculously low.
Oh, okay.
Doing that whole spiel of being able to sell it because he'd get that many buyers in by pricing it really low, like short sales. You just knew who it was.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
James Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We have a lot of underpricers around here.
Underpricers, okay. All right.
There's a couple.
But I would have,
Yvonne.
Yeah.
I would have folks,
Used to be.
well, underpricing is bad too. But I would have folks that these agents who I would go to them and someone goes, well, you know, occasionally I have listings I can't serve. By this I'm a big agent, you know, I'm a big producer and all that stuff. I'm going, there's listings I can't service, you know, would you mind if I refer them to you? And they go, sure, you know. I said, well, give me some of your cards. You know, so I'd I'd have 3 or 4 of these idiot agent cards in my pocket. And I'd get to the end of my listing presentation, and my CMA said it was going to be between, you know, 220 and 230. And they want how much?
250.
300, you know, whatever. And so, you know, after 2 or 3 things, you know, I would get to the point and I'd say, listen, I understand you know, you want 300, but I would be lying to you if I took it at 300. That'd be me saying that I could get it for that. But I'm telling you, I hope I'm wrong, and I guarantee you'll find an agent that'll list at your price. Matter of fact, here's some right here. Give them a call. They've given me permission to do this, but they will list it at your price, but I can't. And I would be folded up and leave. And it worked. Okay? Now, now I've changed the subject. What we were concerned about was agents coming in between the first visit and the second visit. So here's the magic language you're all ready for. So we're setting up the appointment. Okay, great. I'll be over tonight at 6 o'clock for our first visit. Now let me expand on that. Now, as you know, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna spend some time with your house, and then I'm gonna come back to the office and spend 2.5 to 3 hours creating a customized marketing plan for your home. And then I'll come back and share it with you. That sound good? Yeah, great. Okay, see you tonight at 6. So we go in, we're going in the first step, right? We got this in our hand. Hey, how are you doing? Glad to meet you. You know, Kirk Miller. I just threw that on the floor, didn't I?
No.
Okay, good. I didn't. Hey, as we spoke on the phone, glad to be here. Well, we chat to you. Okay, so let's walk around the house. Like I said, I want to collect some information, and then I'm going to take this back to the office, and I'm going to spend 2.5 to 3 hours creating a customized marketing plan for your home. Right? Great. They've heard that how many times now?
Twice.
Twice. So we walk around the house, spend 25 or 30 minutes. I tear this off. I'll say, okay, great, we're ready to go. We got a plan now. Pull this off, and listen, this will help you. Some things you can start thinking about getting ready for the sale of your home. And like I told you, I'm now going to take this back to the office, and I'm going to spend
2 to 3 hours.
2.5 to 3 hours creating a customized marketing plan for your home. And I'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and we can take a look at it. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a favor? Would you not list your house with anyone else until I can get back tomorrow night and share the marketing plan?
Sure.
Okay. Done. That's it, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That was the magic language.
Ask.
Would you not list with anyone else until I get back tomorrow night to share with you the customized marketing plan? Now, how does that statement work? It only works because of what?
You said it.
I had planted the seed of what in their head twice.
That you're gonna go home and work on it. And be-
They participated in me pulling this data. They're participating in the creation of the marketing plan already. And all I'm doing is saying, now I'm going to go back. Do you think there's some curiosity about what 2.5 to 3 hours does to a marketing plan for their home? Yeah. So you've created that curiosity, and they want to see it when you come back. So that's the magic language, by the way. Okay? Can I ask you a favor?
also feeling like
Yes.
they owe you something because you're working for them already.
They do now if I get a little deep in the psychology weeds right there, we're asking for a little bit of an obligation and we want a little bit of feeling of owing us.
Right.
But this is more of we're building excitement on their part wanting to see it. You see the distinction?
Yeah.
Which is more of a happy place
Yeah.
than the takeaway, technique. So, all right, I'm sorry. See if we can not kick stuff over. Okay, so we get to the house, we come back the second day, or that same day, second visit, and we have the customized doors, and they have it listed with someone else. We've come back, so we open up the doors, and what's the first thing we're gonna do when we open the doors up?
Cards.
And a card.
In the cards, and we're gonna say what we said. We know friends and family and work, whatever. Give the cards, and then we're gonna do what next? The leave behind. God, damn, y'all are easy. Y'all are great. We're gonna do the leave behind. We got a lot we're gonna cover here today, and I can't leave this portfolio with you, but I have everything in this leave behind. Be glad to leave with you as soon as we list the property. What do you think of this picture? Okay. Now, let me give you a technique I learned from an agent 2 years ago, a Weichert agent. Take an erasable marker. Those erasable markers? Hand it to the consumer, hand it to the seller. And when you're sitting over this table, and by the way, so the first page is just chat and chew, all right, where we're just gonna sit down and reset what the premise of them selling is. So now we're still focused on August the 12th is relocating to Pittsburgh, and whatever you found out in the first visit. And you say, listen, what do you think? This is the best front picture I think I took. Do you all like it? Whatever. And almost always they're good with the front picture. Unless it's one you've had to pull from someone else's website that looks great. Okay. Now there's a however to that. Well, no. Let me say this. Have you ever gone over to a house that was just really nasty? Okay. And you've taken pictures inside and brought it back and showed the homeowners, and they thought, man, our house never looks so good. You know how your house looks better in pictures than it does in real life? Okay, I've had people, put a picture that just shows the front of their house, look at the way it looks, which is crappy. Junked up, kids' toys everywhere, whatever, and they still think it looks great. It takes a little more nudging, at that point. So anyway, so this is where we kind of just repremise. And then we come in and we open up the book to the next 2 pages, and this is where they're looking at that expanse of the interior photographs, okay? So they've got 5 or 6 to look at, and we say, well, listen, as you know, when I was over here, we took a lot of pictures of the inside of the photograph house. Take a look at these, and if you would help me, circle the 2 you think we should put first on the website. And they will circle 2 of them. What are they doing?
Engaging.
They're signing the listing contract.
Yeah.
They're just hovering above the paper right now. That's all they're doing, okay? I like this, I like that, that's good, okay? So we do that little interaction. We can do some discussing about staging at this point, if there's a high need, or if it's just your routine. Do y'all have a staging company, or do you do any of that kind of stuff? Okay. You make recommendations about sprucing the house up though, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, this might be the place to do it, okay? All right, so we have the interior photographs. This is the page where we just talk about Jim. Now, we're personalizing him, which is important because some people need to know what Weichert is. And they may not have heard of us, and so this gives just a quick nutshell history of the company. And I'll tell you what, we just moved this up. It was at the back of the book 3 or 4 years ago, and we moved it up. And it was by my suggestion from the suggestion of some millennial age realtors that I was working with. And they said they're up in Michigan. It was a new office, and they had a bunch of late 20, early 30 something realtors in there. And they said, what about Jim? He's a rock star. We like Jim. He's a rock star. I said, what do you mean? He goes, people like to know about and this guy goes, oh, we love our CEOs in America. Don't you know that, Kirk? Made me feel stupid. Watch this. Apple. Name the guy. John, he's dead. Right, okay. Now, depending on how old you are, watch this. Chrysler. Thank you.
Don't point at me.
Let's look around.
Job though.
I'm not gonna point at a woman.
I wouldn't. I hate seeing it.
There's two things you never should ask a woman. You know, a stranger. How old she is and when she's due. Unless the baby's coming out at that point, you know. Anyway, so we like our CEOs. They're kind of like rock stars. And we thought, well, in combination of, Jim is one of those, he is the most active individual that owns a real estate franchise, that's for damn sure, you know, in the country. Dave Leninger, who owns Remax, is probably second to Jim in terms of, you know, kind of statesman of the organization, but they sold out too, so whatever. So we give a little background of Jim, you know, more 500 offices, kind of expand the bigness of who we are. People think we're smaller than what we actually are, and so this expands the list on it. Now, this is the team approach. Now, I got to tell you, keep the Remax inverted idea going here. The value equation that most agents, probably many of us in here up until Weichert, have communicated at the listing table is, I handle everything for your transaction. Don't worry, I've got it all under control. Is that right?
Right.
And we sell that real hard about ourselves. And the question we should ask is, are we doing that because it is actually delivering the best service to the consumer? Or are we doing that just because that's the way real estate's always kind of been set up? Maybe my ego is pushing me a little bit to do that, or just absence of any structure is what it is. It's absence of a different structure that actually engages the team into interaction with all the consumers. Y'all follow? So we've done the latter and created an environment where the team engages with every consumer that's working with the office. Now, turn this to the consumer. If you gave consumers a choice, list your house with one agent that's gonna be responsible for it, handle everything having to do with your transaction, or list with an agent that's got a team behind them that's there to support your efforts whenever, maybe even when that agent's busy working with other clients. You follow? Which one do they choose? Every time. Every time. And I'm telling you, this is why we've had some agents, 100% high ego, near end of retirement agents, that really can't accept our system. They're not ready to make that shift because it's taking away the focus.
Well, it's hard when you're, and I foresee myself having to fight against that.
Yeah.
I like to micromanage. I like to be in charge because then I'm the only one to blame.
Well, and then you know for sure that it's getting done.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's the part.
It's that trust issue.
It's the trust issue, and having that. So there have not been systems in real estate offices like there are in all other sales organizations. And I'm talking about used car dealers. All other organizations that have checks and balances to make sure that the service is being provided by the, I'm telling you, the service to your clients will be much better when you are taken out of the picture for many occasions. You follow?
Yeah.
They'll like you better. They'll feel more loyal to you. You'll provide you more repeat business if you'll back yourself out a little bit and let the team help. We see it is alive and well in our offices now. And I tell people, and listen, you got to understand, I mean, y'all do understand, I've worked with just about every real estate company. It's Weichert, there's 100% shops, and then everybody else. You follow? That's where all real estate offices can be clustered into one of those three groups. Just the traditional, as you guys have been, you know, continue to be, where the agent pretty much handles everything from dig up the lead all the way through closing, but still with communication going on, right? Because you guys, when you're communicating in the office, and you go out and get a listing, you bring it in, and you're talking to people and getting help showings and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but there's us in the sense of huge company lead generation, high interaction with all of the customers. Particularly with lead network. When you have a customer, you're filling out a portal every week. You're just putting a note in there saying, "Here, have y'all ever worked with a relocation business? Corporate relocation? Anybody in here?"
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, not me. Okay, so corporate relocation business is interesting.
Accountability.
Huge accountability. You have to send massive reports every week up there to the relocation company, telling them exactly what you're doing to get something sold. As a result, the success rates of relocation is just out of the roof. And I always ask people, why is it your relocation clients, the ones coming from out of town, get better service than the ones that you're working right in town? Do y'all follow? So we're basically taking the accountability components of relocation, which creates the most satisfied consumers on the universe. I mean, I don't know if you know that, but you should.
Yes.
Of all the consumers of realtors, relocation business give them 10, all that kind of stuff. It's because that agent has the white hot heat of accountability behind them every week. And if they don't report, they'll lose the future business.
Absolutely.
And as a result, the agents willingly and happily do that, and the people get a better level of service up the line. And this is an example of a team pushing service, not just the one agent. You get it? So the same thing happens with with lead network. We're just trying to raise the level of all of our clients to the same level of relocation business. All right? So we talk about team. This is where we can put the company up there, and these are administrators. See, they're different people. You have gold services manager, you have the secretaries up there. These are the people that support me in the office. All right? So the team. This is a page, and I really remember this caution that I'm going to give you, because they don't emphasize this much on Weichert University in the training. But the biggest mistake you can make is getting hung on this page too long. And a lot of agents do that. They'll start elaborating on each one of the circles, which we don't want to do. This is a roadmap page. This is saying, okay, as I talked to you, remember I spent 2.5, 3 hours on a customized marketing plan. Let me share this with you. Here's what I'm going to talk about. First, we're going to talk about our online presence. Then we're going to talk about our other marketing that we do through print and different media. Then we're going to talk about our open house program, which is different from any other companies in town. And then I want to share with you our gold services, which is our other ancillary services to help you get your home sold. And then we're going to talk about price after we've looked at these things and decide on a price that the market wants and will accept and will work for you. And then we're going to talk about my credentials and what I'm going to do to help guide you through this whole process. Okay? Okay. And then we go to the next page. Y'all with me? Mm-hmm. So there's an old expression. Tells them what you're going to tell them. Tell them. Then tell them what you told them.
Yeah.
Right. And this presentation does that. And so we're telling them what we're getting ready to tell them. We've actually kind of told them 3 times already what we're getting ready to tell them, haven't we? Mm-hmm. We just add more specificity on this page. We've told them 3 times we're going to create a customized marketing plan and bring it back to you. All right. So that's that. So now we get into 4 pages that you may spend more time on than any of the other sections of the presentation. I think there's the 2 sections you spend the most time on that show our differentiator the most. Is lead network and open house. Okay? So this is going into the lead network part and explaining how there's a problem. And I want y'all to keep this in mind too. Come on strong in this presentation about the problem with the real estate industry. Say that a lot. We have a problem in the real estate industry. And now we've fixed it, and I want to share that with you, but let me explain what the problem is. Realtors list homes like yours. They spend good money and put them all over the internet in multiple internet websites. in the hope that consumers will search and find your home.